Hello folks, welcome back. In previous lecture we have seen how to use Ansible vault commands. In this lecture we are going to write a Ansible playbook to use our Ansible vault. So to demonstrate it better, I am going to create a private repository in our GitHub account and we'll manage from there. Let's go to GitHub account. So this is my GitHub account. I'm going to create a new repository and repository name I'm going to give just vault. And it is a private repository so that while cloning this repository we should provide credentials. I'm initializing the readme file as well. Create a repository. Now we can clone it by using this option git clone, and let's go here git clone, and if I do this one it will prompt for username and password. But if I use this URL in the Ansible playbook, I cannot provide the username and password. That is the reason in the URL itself we can provide the username and password. So to provide username and password in the URL, we can use username colon password at your URL name. Okay, this is the syntax to provide username and password with the git URL. So here our username is Vayankil and password, I have changed my password to Ansible 123 for time being to demonstrate this lab. So now I'm giving username and password in the URL, and if I clone it, it won't ask for password because it takes from here. Right now if I see here a directory called vault, if I go inside, okay, nothing is there because we just initialized it. Okay, now let me create a file over here. Create a file. I'm creating a file called index.html because we are going to use it later, and h1 Ansible vault testing, and close it. H1. Okay, I have created a file. Again, if you want to receive updates, git pull. Okay, so latest updates are going to come over here. Yes, you can see here index.html is there. All right, so that is how we can clone our repository. Now let's write our Ansible playbook to clone the repository. Let me take this one and clear the screen. I'm going to write a file called Ansible vault.yml. Okay, this is my Ansible playbook, and minus name Ansible playbook to test Ansible vault. Okay, and hosts all become true. Actually it is not necessary, just I'm giving so that we don't face any permission issues while doing something. And tasks. Okay, so we need to clone a repo. Okay, we need to use a module to clone a repository. We have a module called git. Let's go here, git module in Ansible. So if I go to git here, you can see the parameters, and the destination is mandatory. Where do you want to clone it? And the repo also required. So those two parameters we should provide. So we have few examples over here. If you see the example to download the repository, git module and followed by so and so so and so. Okay, so let's go and do this one. So git module, and we need a repo, right? So we have the repository. This is my repository, and dest, where do you want to copy? On these target systems we would like to copy. I'm on ANS admin. Under ANS admin only I'm copying. So under ANS admin /opt ANS admin, under this I'm creating a test vault. Okay, we need to give a one directory name so that it creates this directory and clone this repository onto this directory. Okay, this is mandatory. So let's save this file, and if I see here, yes, everything looks good. Ansible playbook -i hosts and vault -- check, just validating my playbook. Okay, it looks good and it is going to clone. Let's execute without check. It has been cloned the repository, if you see here. Oops. So what is the path I have given? Okay, opt Ansible I have given. Okay, let's go and see under opt. Sorry, cd/opt. If I go to ans admin, yep, here you can see the test vault. Okay, anyway, any location would be fine, but this is another location it created, and if I see, I can see the data. Similar way, if I go to cd/opt ans admin test vault, and you can see the data. Same thing over here, ans admin and test vault, I can see the data. So now what I'm going to do, I don't want to give my password over here, because if I give this playbook to everyone, they can understand my Git password, right? So to encrypt this one, I can encrypt entire file. But if I encrypt entire file, you don't know what tasks you are executing on this playbook. To overcome this one, if you remember, we have created a file called vaultpass.yml, right? Let me open this one. Ansible, it is in encrypted format, if you do remember from last class. Ansible vault view and password is abc123. So same password is available over here. Now why can't I use this file as my variable file and pass the variable over here? So I can replace this value with the password, so that password will be passed from here. So let's try that one. I'm clearing the screen. vi ansible vault, and here instead of using password, I'm going to use the variable. So variable starts with flower brackets and password and close with flower brackets. Now it is in between of your content, so you don't need to specify double quotes. Okay, actually if it is in the starting of this line, then you should specify under double quote, otherwise it is optional. Clear? So let me remove the double quote, I don't need it. If I go here, now I need to add the variable file as well, right? So to add variable file, vars underscore files, then we should use the variable name, that is vault pass.yml. This is our variable file. Let's save this one, and before executing we'll remove on the target systems this particular repository, otherwise it is trying to create the same directory again. rm-rf test, sorry, this is root, right? Sudo rm-rf test vault. Same thing on other systems as well. So let me come out and remove it. It's not there. Even I have came out here. Now nothing is there, right? Let's execute. This time I'm passing my Ansible password from a encrypted file, right? Then we need to pass that password as well by using ask vault pass. Otherwise what will happen, this playbook is trying to get the variable, but variable file is encrypted, and this Ansible playbook cannot able to open that file. So to open that file, we are passing the Ansible password. So ask vault pass, and it asks for password abc123, and it's execute and clone the repository, right? Now if I go and check, yes, it's created now. Here also it's created, here also it's created, right? So that is how we can do. If we don't pass this one, you can just see what will happen. Yep, if you see here, attempting to decrypt but no vault secret found, means we are trying to decrypt password file, but we don't have any password. So this is how we can do. Now what I can do, I can update this vault pass file, because somebody try to open, they cannot able to see until they know my vault password. Even I still able to provide my Git credentials in this playbook. So this is how we can use Ansible Vault to encrypt your data. One last thing we are going to test, that is I'm going to keep password in one file. Sorry, va pass.yml. So my vault password is abc123. I'm just saving it. Now while executing my playbook, instead of providing password, I will just give the password file here. So vault password file. Okay, this is how we can pass the file, and our file name is pass.yml. In this we have vault password, and vault password is used to decrypt vault pass.yml file, right? So before executing this one, again I'm going to remove my test vault.yml. Okay, same thing on other two systems as well. So it's not there now here as well, right? Let's execute this now. And I'm not providing password. Password is taking from this pass file to decrypt my vault pass file. Now again if I do ls, now you can see the file similar way, and here as well. Alright, so this is how we can use Ansible Vault in our playbooks. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.